I'm Grace.
So let's get started.
I'm a recipe blogger, family-taught home chef,
Cheers.
Cheers.
iPhone-only photographer, and proud New Englander.
Broccoli rabe is such an underutilized vegetable. You've probably seen it used in an Italian pasta dish with maybe some sausage in it, but today I'm gonna be changing the game with broccoli rabe, and I'm gonna be showing you how to make a broccoli rabe and sausage bake or skillet. I'm basically gonna be taking broccoli rabe and sausage, a little onion, garlic, hot pepper flakes, and sauteing it in a big pan and then baking it in the oven. And you can just eat it just like that for a weeknight meal. It's so simple. Or you can throw it over some brown rice or some farro and have yourself a complete meal. It's divine. So let's get started. It starts off with our broccoli rabe. So I have a massive pile of broccoli rabe here. And if you don't know anything about broccoli rabe, it's kind of a funny looking vegetable. It looks like a cross between broccoli and maybe kale. And the taste is a little bit sweet, kind of like broccoli, and a little bit bitter, and it kind of mellows out once you cook it. So what you wanna do is you wanna take your big bunch, and I like to take off some of this root end here, some of the stems, because the stems can be a little bit tough. They're very thick. So I'm gonna put those aside, and then I'm just gonna take the rest of my bunch and I'm just gonna give it a rough chop. You can eat the entire bunch of broccoli rabe from the stems to the leaves. It's all edible, but I prefer more of the leaves. Broccoli rabe loves the cool weather, so I like using it in the springtime. It's the perfect spring vegetable. Broccoli rabe aside, and it's time for our onions. I pre-chopped some yellow onion here into nice thin slices, and I'm also going to chop up some garlic. So I have 2 fresh garlic cloves, and what I like to do with my garlic cloves for this is just give it a good smash. So you're gonna put your knife right on your garlic clove and get your anger out just like that. And it'll crush your garlic and leave it in kind of rustic big chunks, just like that. That's how the Italians like to chop their garlic. It really releases all the flavor, but still keeps some of that garlic intact. I have some cooked sausages here. You can just use regular sausage that you get in the butcher section that's uncooked. Throw them in some boiling water for like 20 to 25 minutes until they're cooked through, or just get cooked sausage and that will take the extra labor out of it. So I have some chicken sausages here. You can use pork too. And I'm just gonna cut my sausage into little chunks, just like this. I have my sausage, I got my broccoli rabe, I got my onions and my garlic, and the rest of the magic will happen at the stove. Let's go. So I just preheated a big skillet over medium heat. You wanna make sure that your skillet is oven safe because we're gonna be sticking the whole thing in the oven. Very important. I'm gonna take some olive oil and I'm gonna just add it to my pan. And then I'm gonna take my garlic, my mashed garlic, put it right in there, and my onions, just like that. Probably add a little bit more olive oil to that just so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. A little salt, and a little hot pepper flakes. You can skip this if you don't like heat. And all you wanna do is just take your onions and your garlic and just move it around and saute it in that medium heat pan for about 3 or 4 minutes. I wish that you could smell this. There's really nothing better than the smell. So it's been 3 or 4 minutes and I'm gonna take my sausage and I'm gonna pop it right into my skillet. There's one that decided to leave the pan. I'm gonna give this all a nice toss, just so the sausage is coated in that oil. As soon as it's coated, now the fun starts. So I have my broccoli rabe, and I'm just gonna place it right on top of my sausage and my onion mixture, just like this. And I'm gonna steam it in this pan. So you need a pan that's big with a top that's oven safe. You're gonna put that top right on your skillet, and you're gonna leave this heating for about 5 minutes or so over medium heat. Don't open the container at all, don't open the pan, because you really want that steam to rise up and start cooking off your broccoli rabe. So 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes. Ooh, you see what I mean? It started to wilt down a little bit, and it's starting to turn bright green. That's what you want. So I'm just gonna stir this up so it's nice and combined, and then it's time to stick it all in the oven. It's sliding. I put everything in a nice, pretty even layer, and it's time to place our skillet in the oven. Whew, it's a heavy one. At 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. You don't need to toss it, just leave it be, and the sausage is gonna get nice and golden brown. Everything is gonna start crisping up a little bit and get nice and hot all the way through. Special delivery. Look how good that looks. Tell me you don't want to eat this. I have my rice currently boiling right now, but I can't wait to just try this alone. The sausages get a little crispy, a little brown. The onion adds sweetness. The broccoli rabe, touch of bitter, a little sweet. Oh, it's nice and mellow now. Give me my rice. Check this out on tastefullygrace.com. You won't regret it. Could this get any more obnoxious?